How did a brand new licensed agent go on her very first listing appointment and have those sellers tell her that out of 6 other interviewed listing agents, we're going with you because it looks like you have done this many, many times? How do you get that confident? How do you gain that listing? Well, that's what we're here to talk about in today's Mondays with Myka. So you want to be a listing agent, and not just any agent, a Rockstar listing agent? Well, here's a few tips for you today. Here's your number 1 tip whenever you're trying to get Rockstar status, and that is, number 1, build rapport. Look, too many agents are all about the transaction. They don't know anything about their sellers. And the one thing that is missing the boat completely is not finding the why behind the what. The what is they have a home to sell. We need to find out why. What's going on in their life that's causing them to think of a change? People don't just wake up and go, let's sell our house. We have to find the why. We need to know their names, their kids' names, their pets' names, what their hobbies are, what they love. We have to build rapport. That is what builds you a relationship with these sellers where they could never think of using anyone but you and everyone in their entire sphere of influence. It would be a crime if they didn't use you. That's how tied to these people you need to be. Most agents make it about the transaction. Let's just get it from on the market to the closing table, and then that's it. I've done my job. You're missing the boat completely. Build rapport. That's from the moment that you answer the phone with that particular lead to the moment that they open the door for you to the listing appointment. You cannot go to business first. You have to build rapport. If you can't find anything to build rapport on, the weather is always your go-to. How are you guys enjoying this rainy day? How are you guys enjoying this lovely day? You have to build rapport first and continue to build rapport even when you first get to your listing appointment. That's where you go. If you go to business first, you'll be no different than the other 86% of agents who are in and out of this business. You will not be in it for long. Build rapport. Number 2, you're at the listing appointment. Most agents instantly start telling the seller what they can do to get the home ready. Don't do it. Here's your next one. Don't criticize or provide a critique, or don't tell them what they need to do to get the home in selling order. It's not the time. If you do it early on in this listing appointment, you're going to create an adversary, and you're trying to create an ally. Don't do it. Even if they ask you, oh, what should we do to this room? What should we do to the living room? Should we repaint? Should we declutter? You have to stop and go, I cannot fall into the trap that every other agent does and start criticizing and get on the opposite side of the fence in an adversarial role. You have to stop and say, you know what? I can always provide you with a list of things after. Just continue showing me the home. I'm really enjoying the tour. Always divert that attention. Stop criticizing. Stay on the same side as your seller in the beginning. All right. And the last one is ask what their expectations are. And this is twofold. Ask what the seller's expectations are for the sale of their home. And then number 2, what are your expectations for your listing agent? In order to give you an idea of where your seller is, are they in reality with what their thoughts are on selling their home? Do they think it's worth more? Do they think it can sell in 1 minute? You know, you have to know what their expectations are so that when you finally do present your information, now you are hitting their expectations, you're hitting all of their concerns, and you ask them ahead of time before before you start into your presentation. So number one, you ask what their expectations are for the sale of their home, and guess what? You don't answer. You don't form a rebuttal. You don't say, well, I know you want to sell for $1 million, but it's only worth $500,000. You simply take it in, you write notes, because remember, we do not want to be in an adversarial position, and it's going to be really hard for you to go, I'm sorry, your home's not worth that. Here's what it's worth. You just take notes, jot it down. You're making notes, and you're just allowing them to open up to you. You're building trust, and guess what? You're continuing to build that rapport by not talking and just taking it all in. And then when you ask them what their expectations are for their listing agent, now you can find out what they think you're supposed to do. Now, whenever you finally start presenting your information, you can say, I know you guys wanted to sell at this, but here are some facts that tell us where we actually need to be. And I know you guys wanted me to do this. Thank you so much for letting me know. Here is what I do for my sellers. And this is what they have found in success in selling their home. Now, you have hit all of their expectations. You've hit their concerns. These are just 3 things. There's a whole lot more. And by the way, the agents nationwide, this is not just Texas, this is every agent in the United States that can take this Rockstar Listing Agent course. Every agent that has taken it, bottom line, has added 33 to 55% more listings. Because of the confidence they gain, make sure you're one of those agents that your seller looks at you in the midst of a sea of other agents and goes, there's something different. I like your style. I like your approach. It looks like you've done this many, many times before. The only way that that comes is through the confidence that Rockstar Listing Agent gives you. Remember, the more educated you are, the more successful you are as a real estate agent. Why does real estate education have to be boring? It doesn't have to. Real estate education can be fun. It can be hilarious. It can be a blast. You know where it is a blast? Right here on LOL Lessons in Real Estate YouTube channel. Right here, you can subscribe and get notifications every time awesome new videos drop. Boom. Join us. LOL Lessons in Real Estate. It's the most fun you'll ever have learning about real estate. I promise.